One morning, Tamara Riley, a pretty student, goes to class to give her teacher, Mr. Natoli, a book. He expresses his affection for her, but when Tamara sees her classmates watching from the door, she asks him to stop and pushes him away. Looking at herself in the mirror, she feels unattractive. In front of the class, Mr. Natoli tells Tamara that he could never have feelings for her, and everyone laughs at her. However, it turns out this was just a dream. Mr. Natoli wakes Tamara up when he notices she's sleeping in class and asks if she's all right. She shyly nods. As the class continues, Tamara reads a passage from her witchcraft book about finding strength to face challenges. Suddenly, her classmate Patrick spits a piece of paper onto her hair, causing her to drop her things. He picks up her witchcraft book and starts reading it to embarrass her. Mr. Natoli takes the book from him and tells him to sit down. He gives the book back to Tamara just as the bell rings, and before she leaves, he tells her he has good news for her. Mr. Natoli hands her the article she wrote, now published in the school paper, and praises her for her intelligence and passion, but Tamara doesn't seem happy. In the locker room, Keisha throws a towel at her and mocks her for writing about athletes. Then, Chloe, a kind girl, stands up for Tamara, telling Keisha and her friends to leave. Chloe comforts Tamara, who feels down. Afterward, the school athletes Patrick and Sean chase Tamara to get back at her for writing an article they found offensive. But Tamara quickly runs into Mr. Natoli's classroom, forcing Patrick and Sean to leave. Tamara tells Mr. Natoli not to talk to the athletes, and he reassures her, saying it's not her fault that some of the boys were caught using substances. He reminds her that the administration is responsible for what happened. Mr. Natoli tells Tamara that she can always come to him if anyone bothers her. He also apologizes for submitting her article to the school paper. Tamara, feeling worried, says she's made a lot of people angry. She adds that no one liked her before, and now things will only get worse. But Mr. Natoli tells her that isn't true. He hands her his handkerchief and continues to comfort her, not realizing that Keisha is listening by the door. Sadly, Tamara tries to kiss Mr. Natoli, ruining the moment. He quickly pulls away, and Tamara realizes her mistake. Feeling embarrassed, she leaves, even though Mr. Natoli tries to stop her. Neither of them knows Keisha is still nearby. Later, as Tamara is at her locker getting her necklace, Patrick and Sean confront her. Patrick reads a line from her article that says the athletes are using performance-enhancing substances. Tamara stays silent, and Sean warns her that she's in trouble. He then tells Patrick and Keisha that the coach benched him because he wouldn't take the test. It turns out Keisha is Sean's girlfriend, which explains why she's upset with Tamara. Sean is also angry about not taking the test. Tamara heads home, where her distant father, Mr. Riley, tells her to clean. However, Tamara ignores him and goes to her room. At school, Keisha tells Patrick and Sean that Mr. Natoli turned Tamara down when she tried to kiss him. This gives Sean an idea on how to teach Tamara a lesson. Sean then talks to a guy named Roger, inviting him to a party the next day. As they talk, another student, Jesse, overhears and introduces himself. Sean invites Jesse to the party too, and Jesse says he'll bring his girlfriend, Chloe. Before Roger leaves, Sean asks him if he still works at the AV Center. Meanwhile, Mr. Natoli meets with the guidance counselor, Allison, who is also his wife. He tells her that Tamara has a crush on him, but he reassures her that Tamara won't be a problem. Then, Allison mentions that she might be pregnant, which excites Mr. Natoli. At home, Mr. Riley mocks Tamara, telling her that her magic stuff won't make her feel better before he leaves. Feeling hopeless, Tamara decides to perform a ritual to make Mr. Natoli love her. She sets up candles in a circle in her room and sits in the middle, making sure to gather everything she needs, including her spellbook. After lighting the candles, Tamara places Mr. Natoli's handkerchief in the center of a tray, along with a lock of her hair. She pours wax over them and starts chanting the spell for a love-binding ritual. She asks the ancients to bind her fate to Mr. Natoli's and to give her the power to make others do her bidding. Tamara offers her heart and soul as part of the ritual, ready to spill her blood. However, just as she's about to do it, she suddenly changes her mind and stops the ritual. The next day, Mr. Natoli calls Tamara and tells her that he likes her. He asks her to meet him at 9:30 p.m. at the Capri Motel, room 39. Although Tamara is unsure, she eventually agrees, believing her spell worked. However, she unknowingly spoke to Sean, who pretended to be Mr. Natoli. That night, Sean tells Patrick to book 2 rooms at the Capri Motel. Meanwhile, Tamara rips out a page from her spellbook for the love-binding ritual. Jesse and Chloe arrive at the motel, where Sean is setting up the video equipment. Keisha hands Chloe a glass of wine. Sean sets up a hidden camera and flowers on the bed. Tamara arrives, hears water running, and assumes Mr. Natoli is inside. She sees the video equipment and thinks it's from him. The group watches TV and sees Tamara on screen, unaware it's her. Patrick calls it late-night entertainment. In another room, Tamara undresses and lies on the bed. Sean, pretending to be Mr. Natoli, asks her to say she loves him. When she does, Sean reveals it's him, not Mr. Natoli. Jesse, Roger, and Chloe realize they've witnessed Tamara being humiliated. Tamara quickly dresses, but Sean mocks her. Feeling betrayed, she leaves the room but lashes out at Chloe when she tries to help. Jesse attempts to stop her, but Tamara pushes him away. Sean continues recording and later helps Patrick subdue Tamara. When Tamara bites Patrick, he pushes her, causing her to hit her head on a table. She falls silent, and everyone is shocked, unsure of what to do. Sean warns them not to tell anyone and plans to blame Chloe and Jesse, claiming they fought with Tamara and it was all a setup. He believes the authorities will believe him, but Jesse points out that the police will find their skin under Tamara's nails. Sean reminds Chloe he has a video to support his story, keeping her quiet. They bury Tamara's body in the woods, but she mysteriously reappears, attacks Sean, and kills Patrick. Chloe watches in horror, but then wakes up, realizing it was a nightmare. She cries, remembering the bruise Tamara left on her. At school, Chloe asks Mr. Natoli to use the bathroom and unexpectedly finds Tamara, looking fine and different. Tamara apologizes to Mr. Natoli for trying to kiss him, claiming she's okay now. Chloe and the others tell Keisha Tamara is alive. Keisha suggests apologizing to her, but Sean insists on keeping quiet. They remain puzzled about how Tamara survived. Patrick wonders if she's a witch, but Sean dismisses it, thinking they buried her alive. At the AV Center, Roger tries to erase the video of Tamara's death, but it keeps appearing on multiple screens. Tamara appears, describing how it felt to be buried. Roger feels her pain and starts to react physically. She mocks him for not standing up for himself and criticizes his past attempts at self-harm. A video of Roger starts playing in classrooms where he admits to doing something wrong and urges others to stand up for what's right. Tamara forces him to harm himself. Mr. Natoli tries to stop him but arrives too late. Afterward, the group discusses Roger's actions when Tamara appears and thanks them for helping her become stronger. Chloe and the others try to explain themselves, but Chloe expresses regret about what happened to Tamara. However, Tamara walks away without revealing her true intentions, leaving them worried. Later, they visit her grave and realize she must have dug herself out. Chloe gets scared when she sees a vision of Tamara rising, and after finding a torn page from Tamara's spellbook, she realizes something is missing. That night, Mr. Natoli finds Tamara in his house. She asks if he likes her new look, and he admits he liked her before. After kissing him, Tamara leaves, confident Mr. Natoli will eventually be hers. The next day, Tamara makes Allison uncomfortable by talking about not wanting to end up with an unhappy husband. Before leaving, Tamara tells Allison she'll never have children with Mr. Natoli. Allison confronts Mr. Natoli, thinking he told Tamara about their issues having children, but he denies it, unaware Tamara is listening. At school, Patrick hands out flyers for his party, and Mr. Natoli later calls Tamara to ask what she said to Allison. Tamara tells him to forget his wife, but Mr. Natoli is done and asks her to leave. Chloe sees Tamara leaving his classroom. Later, Allison tells Mr. Natoli she's not pregnant. Tamara learns her father, Mr. Riley, may want to be with her. After touching him, she forces him to drink his beer. At Patrick's party, he gives 2 girls a drink, but his mood shifts when he sees Tamara outside. After she shows him the motel incident, he becomes interested in her, Under her influence, Patrick gets her a drink. Chloe realizes Tamara's spellbook might be causing the changes. Meanwhile, Keisha and Chloe go to the bathroom, and Sean and Jesse watch Tamara dancing with Patrick. Angry, Sean confronts Tamara, who touches his face and shows him what happened at the motel. Under her influence, he joins her in dancing with Patrick. Jesse watches as Tamara controls them both. Tamara leads the athletes to a bedroom. Jesse tells Chloe and Keisha where they are. When Keisha enters the bedroom to confront Sean, Tamara touches her face, showing her the motel incident, and Keisha falls under her control. At the motel, Tamara pressures Keisha about her body image, leading her to make unhealthy choices. Jesse and Chloe try to intervene, and Chloe decides to call Mr. Natoli for help. Keisha calls Sean's phone, and Tamara answers. Keisha tells Tamara they plan to meet Mr. Natoli, but Jesse takes the phone, and Chloe knocks Keisha out. They also notice Keisha has been hurting herself. At Patrick's house, Tamara gets the athletes ready. Mr. Natoli, with Chloe and the others, suggests taking Keisha to the hospital, but he struggles to believe in Tamara's witchcraft. They visit Mr. Riley for answers, but find him badly injured and dying. The athletes, under Tamara's control, break into Mr. Natoli's house to hurt Allison. She hears them and grabs a letter opener to check downstairs. There goes to Tamara's room, where Mr. Natoli finds a handkerchief and Tamara's spellbook. Chloe places a torn page back into the book, and they discover a love-binding ritual, realizing it was completed when Tamara's blood was spilled. The spell revives Tamara, and Chloe realizes her fate is linked to Mr. Natoli. The teacher tries calling Allison but can't reach her, so he leaves with the students, taking the spellbook. Allison, scared, checks the house. When Sean tries to stop her, she pushes him and tries to run, but the door is locked. She knocks Sean out with a pepper grinder, hides in the basement, and tries to escape through a window, but steps on glass. Patrick breaks down the door, and Allison hides. She attempts to go upstairs, but Sean blocks her. She swings a golf club at Patrick, but he overpowers her. She stabs him in the neck with a screwdriver to stop him. Allison grabs a shovel to defend herself from Sean, but it breaks. She uses the handle to stop him and runs upstairs to find two police officers called by Mr. Natoli. One checks the basement while Allison breaks down in front of the other. Mr. Natoli and the students arrive at the hospital, where he takes Keisha to the emergency room and asks about Allison, who was brought in after the incident. As he heads to his wife's room, an officer stops Chloe and Jesse from following him. Meanwhile, Tamara controls a cop at the Natoli house. Mr. Natoli reunites with his wife and learns Tamara is controlling an officer. He quickly escapes with Allison. Meanwhile, Keisha, under Tamara's control, attacks Chloe and Jesse with a scalpel. After hiding and defending themselves, Chloe disarms Keisha, but she overpowers her, and Jesse distracts her to lead her away. Keisha attacks Jesse, hitting him in the face and repeatedly stabbing him. Chloe arrives, knocks out Keisha, and escapes with Jesse, but he dies in the hallway. Mr. Natoli and Allison head to the rooftop, with Tamara and the cop following them. Chloe grabs a fire axe and tracks them. Tamara orders the cop to shoot Allison, but Chloe strikes Tamara with the axe. Tamara takes the axe, heals herself, and hits Chloe, then sees her pure heart. Mr. Natoli begs her to stop, and Tamara begins turning back into a corpse. Refusing to accept defeat, Tamara turns into a beautiful girl again, claiming their fates are bound. Mr. Natoli sacrifices himself, kissing Tamara and jumping off the rooftop. Meanwhile, Allison and Chloe receive medical help, and the police arrive, unaware that Keisha has taken Tamara's spellbook.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay connected with us.